Welcome back to Me Personally Podcast. I'm your host, Immanuel. I'm here with
Ray.
Your boy Jack. Johnny, yes sir, we back in here.
And we're back here with a pre-draft special since the NFL draft is currently tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's crazy already.
Which I'm excited because I love watching the draft. Draft is my favorite part of the year. NBA, NFL. Not saying other sports because that's the only thing I watch, but NBA, NFL. That's my favorite time of the year.
Which draft is better?
I'll say NBA because a lot more trades happen during the NBA draft than the NFL draft.
I feel like the NFL draft is just really up in the air because you don't really know where anybody is going for real.
Everybody's wrong. All those mock drafts.
Everybody's wrong.
Everybody's wrong. At the end of the day, everybody's wrong.
Yeah, this is like, who is it? Mel Kiper. Like
Mel Kiper?
He been doing this for a long time.
And he always been wrong.
Yeah, he's been wrong for a long time too.
He was big on Johnny Manziel.
Oh man, yeah, I didn't see him.
Meanwhile, in the NBA, you just pick the best prospect.
It's not that hard to miss on the NBA. Like I feel like the last time it was like hard to predict the NBA draft was probably like last year's draft. But that's because like let's be honest, there was a bunch of role players in that draft more than stars. Yeah, but I think I have the best mock draft. Not gonna lie.
You probably do, bro. If you want to be honest.
In all honesty, probably.
I was just stuck. If you want to be.
Yeah. As I have my mock draft on the screen right now, after I edit this, I had Cam Ward going number one, which
I think everybody got.
Everybody has that.
That's something that we all can agree on. Tennessee needs that. Who they have at quarterback?
Will Levis.
Exactly, and that's just we saw.
And Mason Rudolph had a better season with them than Will Levis.
Yeah, than Will Levis. I was a fan when he first started playing a little bit. I thought he was doing good. And then when you really watch the game and sit down and see how that was going for them, no, that's a sorry team over there. Cam Ward, he's probably going to be
AFC.
That whole entire draft class with what it was. Kenny Pickett was the first quarterback selected.
Don't get me started, bro.
Two gloves still. Come on, bro.
Hurt my heart over there.
Then Malik Willis, like that whole entire draft class went. But I'm pretty sure who was
Malik Willis.
But Brock Purdy was drafted. Brock Purdy was in that draft class.
Brock Purdy. I mean, he doing the job.
Yeah, but he. That's like I said, you don't know what's going to happen in the NFL.
Yeah, you gonna see. Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah, but I got Travis Hunter too, which that's because
it's up in the air.
It's up in the air. It's up in the air.
Let's talk about that
because I feel like I see Travis Hunter going to the Patriots more than I see him going to the Browns, in my opinion.
Which side of the ball though?
Defense.
Okay.
We were just talking about this, Immanuel and I. If you look on like history with a lot of the players that have dominated both ways in college, their NFL careers, it's in question. You know, Jabril Peppers,
facts. Oh my god,
Isaiah Simmons. I mean, he played two positions, and then he'd go to the league, and he's unknown. Yeah. So I mean, I've really always thought this about Travis Hunter. I hope he is different, but at the same time, Jabril Peppers was like that too. I mean, like
Jabril Peppers was everywhere. He was on special teams too.
He was everywhere. I mean, everybody suspected him to have such an outstanding career, and it didn't go that way. He did get drafted by the Browns, I believe.
Yeah,
which is ironic because if this happens to Travis Hunter, I don't think anything would turn any different for him. I think they'll use him wrong, and I think he just won't be as effective as he could be. But at the same time, I think if he sticks to one position, is it true that he said that recently about him not wanting to play at all if he didn't play both sides of the ball?
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's just a losing franchise over there, bro. I just really hope they don't pick him, bro, because you know.
But the Giants is right after that.
True.
It's all
and like
bad.
even when you think about players who play two-way, like corners who play two-way back in the day, last one was Charles Woodson with Michigan. When he went to the NFL, he only played corner. Because he's smart. You know, he doesn't want to hurt yourself playing all those snaps and train.
He played 16 years at that. Charles Woodson played a long time.
Yep.
So I mean, I hope Travis has that. I hope he gets that realization later. Sooner rather than later, because I don't know how.
Because
he gonna realize though he can only play one side of the ball if he goes to the Browns for sure.
He's gonna get that one hit from like Jalen Ramsey on offense. He's like, I like doing the hitting more than getting the hit.
Yeah, perhaps. But at the same time, I think it should be, and I think he'd be such an entertaining player to watch on offense. Maybe
For sure.
I don't know. You
He
know,
dynamic, bro. That's undeniable. He's dynamic for
Like,
sure.
you can make an argument that he's probably the best receiver in this draft.
yeah,
You can.
you can,
You can.
you can.
Stats wise, obviously not.
A lot of
Obviously
people
not,
are
yeah.
going to disagree with you on that, but at the same time,
But like when it comes to making an impact on the field,
yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
For sure.
Yes, exactly. Which is ultimately all that matters.
Which is that's what matters. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go. The Giants.
Yeah, I had Abdul Carter going 3, which doesn't make sense to me. But looking at all the other mock drafts and what Giants are saying, like they're going to try to take Abdul Carter. They're not trying because, in my opinion, I thought they should take a quarterback, but they're trying to bump up the defense too at the same time. They're thinking about taking Jackson Dart like in the second round. Over.
I notice with teams like this that go out and get. I don't understand the philosophy because I'm not in the situation, but teams like the Giants that go out and get quarterbacks like Jameis Winston, and then you make them compete with another sorry quarterback. You know, and it's just like, why not? You know,
Just draft.
you have the leverage to do so.
Facts.
You know,
At this point, I'm like,
you know.
that's what like at this point, like taking a position that you need, then later on in the second round or third round, take a quarterback that you want. Like we saw that with the Titans who were in the position to take a quarterback earlier in the draft, but waited until the third round. Like, oh, we got Will Levis. Will Levis just as good as the first round quarterback we could have taken.
Absolutely not.
And then ends up going back into the draft later on that year.
Yeah.
Like recycling quarterbacks. Like I'm like even with the Broncos decided not to take a quarterback in the first round. Like, oh, we're gonna take Drew Lock in the second round, and then here we're back a couple years later, still looking for a quarterback, and then we eventually got a quarterback in the first round with Bo Nix, which is working out fine right now.
Yeah. And I'm on everybody that.
Shout out Bo Nix.
Yeah, that was a Bo Nix hater because
I was a Bo Nix hater.
that was not me. I was rooting for him, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a
really
Bo
was.
Nix hater. He's just 35, bro. That's all.
I was a fan, man. I really was.
but I have the Patriots taking Will Campbell, number 4.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I like Will Campbell. He's nice. I mean,
Yeah, like
and they need to build up their line a little bit.
like only thing they really work on is just the offense, getting receivers and getting protection for Drake May. And then,
How do we feel defensively about them, though? I mean, they had a. And then, I think actually now they'll be fine because they got Coach.
Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, they got Coach Vrabel in there now. How we feel about the firing after 1 year with Coach Mayo?
Firing who? Firing
Patriots.
Patriots head coach.
Yeah.
Well,
How they
I feel like
fired Coach Mayo after a year.
I feel like they made that hire just to make the hire. Just like you know why? Just to get the
Just to fill in the spot.
Just to get the extra draft pick.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then have this man. They so wrong for that if that's true.
Because the
That's
Raiders
so
did the same
bad.
exact thing.
Wait, Coach. Oh yeah,
Antonio Pierce.
And now you got Coach Carroll, and that's about to be that's going to be an issue. They're going to be a problem over there, in my opinion. Coach Carroll is like that. Pete Carroll.
But
I think the Patriots are gonna. I think they'll be back to the Patriot way, where defense is king. No, they won't have another Tom Brady. No,
Absolutely
But,
not.
yeah, but though defense is gonna be king, and they'll have a dominant run game, perhaps. Coach Vrabel, he was a Tennessee's ex-head coach. That's how it was over there. Pretty good, solid defense, top 10 every year. Derrick Henry, quarterback situation. Ryan Tannehill, play action. That's about it. But, you know. But I think they'll be
Hey,
pretty
when
good
you
at
got a
it.
running back like that, just hand it off.
Yeah, literally. We got Jacksonville right after that.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
I got Mason Graham, D tackle from Michigan.
D-tackle?
Yeah, he's nice too, though.
Yeah, like there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of problems with the Jaguars. Like you might as well just draft defense, be safe because
Yeah.
there's
Absolutely.
Facts.
too many. Because we don't know because Travis Etienne was struggling last year. Trevor Lawrence was struggling last year.
That happens. I think
They
they'll
really
figure
just
it
need to
out.
build up their defense. though.
I think
Like,
they'll figure it out. They can be a.
But at least
pretty
they
good
have a
team.
bright spot with the Brian Thomas, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
That was definitely their bright spot this
I
year.
got a couple things, and then we just talked about the Raiders, and
I would just go Shador and keep it safe. honestly.
Really? I mean, at this, I mean,
I was just looking at he had props on what was it
Oh, on Prize Picks.
on Prize Picks. They got random props where it's
Yeah.
like Jitty going above 6 or something like that. I was like, I don't think he's going top 6. I mean, none of these teams really need him. So
Yeah, if they got him at 6, which is what my mock draft said that, but I don't. Just because like Coach Carroll, just knowing how he like runs a football team, we've seen what he did with Marshawn Lynch. You know, they were a run first team, and they were the most dominant defense that we've seen in that era.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised, and that's just the Raiders' DNA. Like that's just grimy, attitude. Shador doesn't really.
I
don't know.
I felt like that trade for Geno, just like
that solidified it.
that trade for Geno.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
They might not be rushing to take a quarterback right now.
And I think Coach Carroll really loves Geno because the fact that he wouldn't traded for,
bruh, I forgot all about that. If that was the case, I would not have put him there.
Yeah. I put Armand Mimbo, the offensive tackle from Missouri. This because they need protection.
I know where Shador's going.
Yeah,
I know where he's going.
Oh, all right.
Terrible towels, boy.
Okay.
Oh no,
yes, sir.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And so New York Jets, I have them taking Tyler Warren because they need tight end help. Their tight end room just been hurt, injured. So Tyler Warren is probably the best tight end in this whole entire draft class.
You think he dropped it to 21? Absolutely not.
I'm talking about Shador.
I'm sorry, going back to Shador, but like
I've been seeing mock drafts have him dropping out of the first round. I don't know, which we're going to talk about the quarterbacks.
If he drops to 21, I might be mad.
Shador wants to go to Pittsburgh. He be talking about it. I mean, what a situation that is to be in for him. Honestly, but I mean, let's talk about it. Are the Panthers going to go get him?
No.
Are the Saints? That could be a question mark.
I have the Saints taking him at 9.
Okay.
That's why I have
Okay. Let us get there then.
Yeah,
All right.
okay,
So number 7, you had.
I had 8. Panthers taking Jalen Walker, linebacker from Georgia. 9 has the Saints getting Shador Sanders, quarterback from Colorado. I feel like that is definitely the pick right there. They still have Derek Carr on the team, but we saw Derek Carr is not working out with that team.
Well, at least I don't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
If that happens,
God, bro.
And we need more quarterbacks in the NFC, not more quarterbacks in the AFC. That's the problem right there.
No cap. AFC is king right now.
Yeah.
And I just think, man, I'm biased for sure when it comes to that, when it comes to Shador. But I genuinely, let's keep going. Let's say that the Saints don't do it.
Yeah.
Seattle, no.
Bears, no. 49ers,
San Fran's not doing it. Dallas ain't doing it.
Dallas surely doing it.
Miami's not gonna do it.
Yep.
Indianapolis show ain't doing it. Atlanta's not doing it.
Ooh. Now that
Yeah.
Come on.
now that I'm looking at it,
Let's be honest. If it's not the Browns, Giants,
Oh my God.
Raiders, or Saints, it's gonna be the Steelers.
We
next.
can take Browns off. That's not happening. We know that's not happening. Saints is the only one I'll give you. That's about it.
none of these teams are gonna draft him.
I don't-
That's what
I
I'm
don't think
saying.
the Saints are gonna do it
and all,
either. They don't
the
need
teams like the Raiders and Saints both have quarterbacks that are on big contracts still.
Wow.
That they made let's try them out for one more year, and then get rid of the whole entire house.
That's how it's gonna be with Derek Carr. They're. And I could have sworn that they went and got somebody else here in the offseason.
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm forgetting the name.
Yeah, Shador is not. I don't see. Yeah, I see that happening. I see him going 21.
Yeah.
I really do. And the Giants, that would be interesting for them because they're at 22. Imagine them getting.
I don't want him in Pittsburgh, bro. I don't want him in Pittsburgh, bro. I don't want that.
I bet you don't.
Yeah, but
That's a beautiful sight right there. I need that.
to finish off the top 10, I had Ashton Genty going 10 for the Bears.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a low.
I think he's gonna drop to 12 personally.
Really.
Yeah, but also want to bring back to this conversation about the quarterbacks.
Hold on. Before we go there, who is the starting running back for Chicago right now?
Swift.
Yeah, DeAndre Swift.
You really think they're gonna take him?
Yeah. Either that or a tight end.
Tyler Ward.
I have Tyler Warren going at 7, but he might go down 10.
The real question: Who do y'all want at 11?
Who do you guys want?
Well, but the thing about it is, we're still honestly confused on what's going on. I don't know what John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have going. Why they let everybody walk.
Thank you.
Genuinely don't understand what's going on.
Another one, thank you.
Thank you for the 2 players.
Maybe they just felt as if it was time to start over, but I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna.
It's that Brock Purdy contract that's coming up.
Letting those 2 defensive players walk to the Broncos was kind of crazy, though.
And we got them for the deals too. Like it wasn't even too. We didn't have to spend that much on them.
I think
We still got money for next year.
I think that's gonna. Boy, y'all are about to be insanely scary. The AFC is about to be fun. I think for my top 5, I'd say it's gonna be Kansas City at 1. You got to do that every year. I think you got to put the Ravens at 2.
I would even put us at 2.
I would.
I
think y'all should have been in the AFC Championship game. Y'all should have been there.
Bro,
We definitely should have.
You saw what
we definitely should have.
You saw what.
But the people, the ones that made it,
You saw
over us.
You saw what Max Andrews said about him dropping the ball. He's like, "Oh, my gloves were soaking wet, so that's why I dropped the ball."
You said Max Andrews.
Mark.
Oh, I said Max.
I was thinking about that. I was like, why would
Mark
Max say
Andrews.
that?
My bad. Mark Andrews.
He was out there.
I was confused.
Mark Andrews said that. Oh,
He was better off just.
I don't even want to
apologizing.
talk, bro. I haven't talked about that since that day, bro. I don't.
he's
we
like,
can't
I'm just gonna
talk
forget about it.
No, I was genuinely upset. Like we were at our informational watching it, and I had to stop it because I couldn't believe it. I did not want Buffalo to go.
We was practicing for something. What was we practicing for?
Martin Luther King.
That's sick.
Bro, and I'm sitting there on the bench, like, mind you, like the drive was insane. Like, there's like the drive that we had. There's no way we lose this game, bro.
So what game was the pageant? Can you remember everybody was rooting against Pat Mahomes?
Bills.
Pageant.
So that was probably the AFC Championship.
Championship, yeah.
Well, that's sick. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That's sick. I was rooting for and as a Steeler lover, I was rooting for the Ravens. I really was.
I was sick, bro.
Just to go to the bowl, not win it, but
Man,
to go.
hey,
Yeah, but also I think I want my Broncos to take a wide receiver, a tight end, or a running back. But I don't like taking running backs in this first round. I'm more like I like taking running backs in the second round.
As a person that has seen running backs like become successful in the 3rd, 4th, and 6th rounds, there's no need.
That's
Kyle Shanahan can make a legend a star out of anybody, and if he can do it, I think any head coach can do it. So I mean, it's just no no rush in my opinion.
If it's not Saquon or Bijan, you shouldn't be
Guys
taking
like
them in the first
that,
round.
yes.
Facts.
And even Ashton though, like he
had a great.
I think he needs to go first round. Somebody here could use that
I'm
type of
telling you,
dominant force.
12.
Oh God, who
No, I just put him at 10 for right now. But like,
I hate them. Oh God, if they did that, that'd be so.
What, the
sick.
Cowboys?
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be sick.
But I can see it. If the Bears don't take him, the Cowboys will. But I had the Cowboys taking a wide receiver, Terrion McMillan from
Arizona,
Yeah,
for sure.
Dallas, boy, they're gonna figure out how to mess it up for themselves.
they always do.
Yeah, they do, and I love it. As long as Jerry's alive, which he's gonna probably live until he's 105, just like mess around, just because like that's just their luck. Like they need him to pass away, but at the same time,
Facts, bro.
he'll just pass it down to his goofy kids, and then it'll just be. I mean, we'll see.
We need someone has $10 billion in to buy the Cowboys now.
No one's gonna.
The thing is, like, bro, I bet people send Jerry offers that you can't refuse, but Jerry refused.
But
to,
Jerry got all. Jerry don't.
Jerry wants the team.
Bro, you know how much he got in the bank? He don't need nobody offer.
He ain't tripping about what nobody else got to give him. And Jerry, I don't know. It's something about that old man. I think he just likes that shine. I don't know what it is about him.
Yeah,
like,
he like notoriety more than the money for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's still riding the coattails of the 90s.
The Cowboys should have been in the Super Bowl, like,
Unfortunately, yes, they should have.
what, 2016, 2021, and 2022.
Ooh, 2016's a stretch. Who won that year? Who went? The Pats and... Oh, it was Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh,
Atlanta Patriots.
But that's when, like, those were their 3 best years they had with rookie
had a
Dak
rookie.
and
Rookie Dak and Zeke.
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So I had a privilege of talking to the Cowboys CEO. He it's a graduate from here. I talked to him at the call center. My job once called him, and I was so amazed. And I asked him. I said, "Let's talk about." He said I can ask him 3 questions. So I asked him 2 of them. My last one was Dez's catch that didn't count, and they are under the impression that season they would have went to the Super Bowl and beat the Patriots. They think that they would have beat Seattle the next week in the NFC Championship game, and they think that they would have beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I told him, I said, y'all are insane. Y'all are insane.
Let's just say that was a crazy season for them.
Yeah, it was.
But Seattle was not to be played with.
But keep in mind, they beat Seattle week 6 at Seattle that year.
Hey.
Which you weren't gonna do again.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's team twice.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Do that again. I'm like, and the thing was, he said, here's the thing. They were looking past Green Bay already. I said that's what happens because they were so hell bent on going to Seattle and beating them because they felt like they already had a game plan for them because they already won. But I'm like,
one game at a time, brother.
Why would you not account for the MVP of that?
It is Aaron Rodgers. What are you talking about?
Why would you not?
That's how you lose that's how you get upset.
I said that's a.
I don't care what nobody say, bro. Aaron Rodgers is. Bro.
Yes,
like,
yes, he is.
Yes.
He's still that guy.
That is,
don't ever do that.
Yeah, that is the cowboy way. And the way he was talking is like he still. Y'all, this was in 2022, by the way. When I talked to him, he still feels as if that was 8 years later. He still like he feels as if like they were just so much better than Green Bay, which they were, but. I mean, they outplayed them. That's like kryptonite for real, man.
Outcoached, outplayed, everything. Yeah. Like,
yeah. I mean, you can't. This is why they always say like you cannot give the game to a referee. Literally. You can't
leave it up to them, bro.
Yeah. And then not only that, y'all, they had opportunities after the catch to still score, and they didn't.
Yep.
That's what everybody forgets. Like let's not leave it on just that.
My dad always says like if you blame the game on the referee, maybe you should have won the game in the first place.
Exactly. Exactly.
Simple as that.
In terms of football, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Basketball is a little bit different.
Because everybody likes to bring up that New Orleans game where bro got hit with the pass interference.
But I feel like that's the only game.
No. They had a lot of mistakes that game.
Yeah, I mean, if you do what you got to do for the first 3 quarters, I mean,
if
fine.
You're supposed to beat the team. You're supposed to beat them.
It's just that simple. If you're supposed to do it, you're supposed to do it, and they didn't do it. If that PI wasn't as bad as it was, people wouldn't have even cared. If it was just a regular PI that was missed, but it's still the same outcome though.
Bro got smacked.
That's bad.
No targeted or PI was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
at home too. All right, so
but
let's talk about Miami.
Who they got?
Well, I had them taking offensive line. I got Kelvin Banks.
I'm taking Will Johnson corner.
They need an O-line.
I think they do too. I think
they need that.
I think they're soft. Like they're a flashy football team. I think we saw 2 years ago when they were in the playoff game versus Kansas City.
Yep.
And you just saw Coach was it McVay? No, that's
they play like a warm weather team.
Yeah,
the team that's going to only throw the ball,
soft.
not run the ball. Because cold weather teams are going to run the ball. So when you're playing in Kansas City when negative 10 degrees,
tough teams is going to run the ball.
They're going to try to throw the ball. The ball's not throwing. So when they're going to try to run, which they're not used to running the ball, they don't really run the ball with their running backs. They mostly just
that's the thing though. They do run the ball. They have one of the most complex run schemes because their head coach is San Fran's old offensive coordinator. So you have Raheem Mostert and those guys in there. They have some of the nastiest run schemes I've seen.
Raheem is a great back.
What they don't do, they're not tough. And Tua is not the guy either, but they're not tough. They're a flashy team. They are a good team from week 1 all the way up until October 1st. And when it get cold, it's over with. Like it just they're not built for that. And you can see it when they went to Kansas City and it was 2 degrees. Oh my goodness! I'll never forget that interview with the head coach. He wanted to go home at halftime. Like that's just how it was. They ain't built for that.
They didn't even care about the loss.
There's a reason why you don't see teams like who's in warm weather states win the Super Bowl all the time. Besides the 49ers, but even the 49ers, like at least
it's
the 49ers
culture. It's culture.
The 49ers be getting home field advantage. Though. That's be they thing. That's be they. Like they barely go on the road.
When we do go to the road though, everybody expects us to lose, and this is like because we beat Green Bay all the time for decades, and at home,
Which
like,
is still
in Green
crazy
Bay.
to me, like-
because it's culture with them though. Like they're built for that. All them Super Bowls that they was winning back in the day, they was going to cold weather teams and doing that. Miami don't know what that feel like. They ain't done it before. That's the only reason. And the Rams, I think the Rams at the time was built for that too. I think they still are. That's a good football team over there, and they're a sleeper too.
Yeah, just need a couple more pieces if you were to be honest.
Couple more. That's a great football
They
team
just a
over there.
couple away.
Okay, well, who's next?
Colts.
Indiana.
All right, well,
I had them taking a tight end, Colston Loveland from Michigan.
I got them going edge. I think they're one of those teams where it's just like they suck so bad. Well, they're just like it's just like where do you start? You know, with y'all.
They're like in the middle of the. They're in the middle of the pack. They're not playoff, but they're not terrible.
awful. Yeah.
They're like
They was that close like a couple years ago.
They're like the Atlanta Hawks right now. Like they're
Anthony Richardson can't stay healthy. I mean, they got
They have a quarterback. They have a running back. Offensive line is whatever. Mm-hmm. Defense terrible. I can tell y'all right now.
oh yeah.
Watched every game almost with them. That defensive front is terrible.
Yep.
Lawrence got some stuff about his team over there, boy. That defense is crazy.
No, he better. Yeah, that's awful. Let's talk about Atlanta. I'm interested to see how their season is gonna go.
I feel like Atlanta has a chance to win their division. Like I said, the NFC South is probably the worst division in all of NFL.
You got the Panthers, them, the Saints, and
Bucks.
TB. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
like I said, with that division, it's up in the air. Like I feel like the Falcons have a chance to win their division, especially now they actually have the quarterback that they should have started.
Are they the worst in the NFL for real? You think? Think.
NFC South.
No,
Who is it? Who's in the NFC South?
Them,
Panthers,
Atlanta,
Panthers, Saints,
Bucks.
It might be the worst because the NFC East, which is Washington, Dallas, Giants, and
Panthers,
I don't know,
Panthers,
Saints,
Atlanta,
Tampa. Tampa was a playoff team a year ago. Really good team, strong defense. Baker Mayfield.
They're not the worst. They're not the worst.
I don't think so. Well, I don't know, y'all.
Carolina's the worst for sure.
Yeah, the worst team,
But
but no,
I'm
he's
talking
in
about
the
the worst division.
Oh,
Worst
okay.
division. So like I said,
Probably
anybody
are.
can win that division. Like even the Panthers can mess around and win that division.
You know who is going to be a freaking fun division again? The fucking the AFC North.
AFC North.
With,
That's always a fun
It's always a fun
man.
division.
Well, I mean, because of two teams, but now it's like I think we're getting to a point. I don't know about Cleveland, but I guess for the
Bengals.
No, Cleveland they beat us last year.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Lamar didn't play.
it happened. Oh,
Like
I know that.
Jameis Winston had like 500 passing yards
Oh,
against
that
us.
game. Yeah. No. He tore Pittsburgh up too. But y'all know how it goes with rivalry games, though. But like,
Yeah.
are they legitimate? We'll see. But at the same time, Cincinnati.
It's really Cincinnati gonna be healthy this year. That's the thing.
I think as fans of people in the AFC North, that's the team that we got to be afraid of. Honestly.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stop
sure.
you guys right here. So if we're gonna wrap this up,
All right.
what's one player that you can stamp saying like, oh, this guy's gonna be a star? It can be from any round.
He's gonna be a starter.
It can be from
A
like,
star?
Star.
Oh, star.
Okay.
Any round. What player do you think?
I think Abdul Carter.
Abdul
For
Carter?
sure.
I
Abdul
think
Carter?
he's going to be a problem where
It's hard not to be a good pass rusher.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was gonna say Abdul Carter. Too. Actually, I'm gonna go with Cam Ward. I feel like Cam Ward is gonna change Tennessee for the better. I'm huge on Cam Ward.
I wouldn't say change it for the better. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be a great player. He wouldn't change it for the better. It's a loser franchise, bro.
I think Ashton is going to be an issue too.
Yeah.
I think he'll be like a. I think his career is going to be he'll be very good for about 3 years and then injury's going to mess him up forever. I think
But
that's unfortunately how it goes.
one last person slept on. McMillan from Arizona, receiver. If you get a good quarterback,
Yep.
hey, watch out.
Where do you have him going?
Where did I have him going? Right now it says sit at 9, but
Oh yeah.
not. I don't think he's gonna go there. I just put him there.
If he did, no, because I have him there too. If he did, it makes sense because I don't think they're gonna go get Shador, brother. I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got.
Yep. But you guys want to start your socials before we head out?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and hit me on Instagram at Rayman_92.
Not J. Jack or IG, the real J Jack _Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it.
And primetime.c alpha on Instagram, TikTok, Immanuel 80C Alpha on Twitter. Subscribe to the podcast, Me Person Podcast, on all platforms: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. We see y'all next time, and good luck for Tone with Mobile.
All right.
Yes, sir.